Hi, everybody. Sorry for the delay this morning. I got a little excited having fun with a private and looked at the time and realized, oh my goodness. Um, Welcome. I'm Belinda with Just Be Yoga, and this is our home yoga practice live. Come on in. If you're new, just clear a little space wherever you are in your home. Try not to have to worry about making it perfect, but if you want to light a candle and have some aromatherapy, that's also fine. You could have light music. I do have something playing today, so if you don't want to have anything playing, that's perfectly fine as well. The purpose of home yoga practice is to hopefully give us some tools and some tips to being able to access our practice and continue our practice, especially if we had had an experience with yoga practice in studios before the pandemic and maybe we're missing like that connection inside of ourselves. Good morning, D-Bay. Sorry I'm a little late today. I was trying to reconnect in my mind and my spirit to what we were working on yesterday, but I think I'm just going to stick with some of the aspects that I was just working on with my private client, and that is connecting in with our let go muscle. What are you talking about, Belinda? We live in a go society. We live in a culture that rewards us for more. And it's very easy for us to bring that with us onto the mat, especially if we feel as though we're trying to grow. And in that growth, are we seeking an intensity that's actually continuing us down the path of rewarding some of the behaviors that are actually keeping us stuck or wearing us down? So how do we invest in our let go muscles? I think I'd like to work on that today, on how do we slow down, still be doing valid work. As you can see, here's my disappear kitty. It's hard to see her when I'm wearing black, but here she is. There's Puma. Say hi to everybody. She's like, I don't want to be picked up. Alrighty. So, what is our relationship with stretch and feeling like we did some valid work? And how do we back off a little bit and do some moderation, okay? And moderation in the yoga world can be termed brahmacharya or restraint. So we're going to do some kind of slowed down work today and let ourselves just saturate in the feel good, in the no pressure, and let the body find some restoration and some healing and some soothing. And maybe just check out how that makes us feel as we go about the rest of our day. Maybe you're checking in with us in on demand after your day, so a little later tonight. There'll be a wonderful way of coming into your practice and saying, my let go muscle, develop my let go muscle. Because I think some of us are going to discover that we didn't know that we were gripping in some areas where we were gripping. We can always deepen into learning a little bit more about letting go. I know I can. So we're actually going to let's start today in child's pose. So if you need to have a blanket or a towel underneath of your knees, go ahead and get it. You guys know I have an issue with lines, and that felt a little a little cockeyed, and I don't think I helped it. So there, as far as Belinda's ability to regulate things. Oh well. All right, let's come on over to our hands and knees. Knees wide, if your knees will accept this. Letting the upper body go. Connect with everything that's going on around you in your room. Just as a sensory experience. So feel your ears. Feel your skin. Take a breath. Don't force the breath. And just let it go. Whatever that means for you. Letting go. Let's do that again. I'll invite us to do that one more time and try to let the body go as well as the breath. Let's take full advantage of likely being in our space alone and being able to not be judged by the sounds we make. Notice that that's a huge inhibition for us to really let go because we fear that it's not the right time or place. And on your yoga mat, if not now, when? And let's just slowly shift forward and back. And just start to build awareness of your bones and your flesh. And just feel the flesh loose around your bones. Feel your breath. And just let everything droop. The structure is being held by the bones, and the bones don't have to do anything. It's the muscles that are around the bones that like to think that they have to do some work here. So as you shift forward, you can feel some of the muscles tightening around the forearms to give it structure, but otherwise, can you let as many of the rest of the muscles go? As you're sinking back, can you let the shoulders and the waist soften? Let your chest kind of sag. And let go of thinking. There's no perfect way to do this. Let go of any outcome and just feel. Let this be nice, ooey gooey squishy. Feel your belly and your organs. Feel this as a gentle pumping and massaging of our organs. And now I'm just going to gradually start to sink back, maybe a little further. I can use the arms to push my butt back a little, and I feel my low back. That's me. I'm not saying you will. And then shifting forward, and then see if you can lean the chest forward a little and drop the hips down a little. Just a little. How much will it let go? And we'll start to come forward and back. Now, if your wrists are sensitive, you could come forward onto your knuckles. Take a break when you need. So I'm just going to heed my own advice. And it wasn't that I was tired. It just felt like a nice time to feel the stretch. I've stayed on my knuckles here, and so I'm feeling a stretch through the tops of my hands. And I'm actually enjoying that sensation. I can't say I can recall the last time I felt that. Let go of expectation and kind of go with the flow of what we're feeling. That's a huge part of letting go. And then let's allow ourselves to come forward and lay ourselves down onto the floor. Turning our head to one side and let your flesh go. Let your arms droop and flop. Feel the muscles up and down your spine ungripping. Let go of any expectation about your breath. Just feel the way it expands and protrudes your tummy against the mat. Let's turn your head to the other side. Can you let your shoulders hang any heavier? What has to release in the middle of the back? Bring the palms up alongside your waist. Relax your neck. Relax your arms. But just hold the structure, but just relax as much as you can. We'll push down through the hands. Lift the chest. Keep the gaze down. Now let your belly sag off of your chest. As your chest is rising, let the belly sag. Let go. Want to feel your belly sagging. I know it's counter to everything we learn culturally. Breathe. And push our way up to hands and knees. Let's make our way to a tabletop once again. And shift side to side. Allow yourself to identify something you're enjoying right now about kind of this lazy way of moving and being today. This no pressure. And that it's valid. It doesn't have to be the most intense, the most number of poses I do in a day. How much better I felt that pose today than I did yesterday. Let's let all of that go and greet yourselves honestly where you are today. Staying right here. A few cat and cow. Now pause. I like my first one to be a nice long pause. And then round. You find your pace. Maybe you've done 10 of these already. No judgment. Let go. Letting go of judgment. Letting go of pressuring the body. Letting the body lead the way. And when you're ready, we'll find a neutral space. I'm just going to work my neck because it felt like a nice thing to do right here. I'm going to reach my left leg back, put the toes down, and I need to crawl forward a little. Push the toes down and then push back against that heel. What are we feeling in the calf muscles? Remember, if those wrists are getting sensitive, go ahead and rest on the fists. Now let go. Let go of any desire about intensity. Feel every fiber of your being just accepting that it is what it is. Think of something that brings you joy. It was another thing that was coming up in our session. Having fun. What feels fun here? Maybe you need to feel a little sassy or a little silly. Y'all know I got no lack of silly in me. And we'll bring that left leg in and trade it out, lengthening, putting the toe down, pushing back against that right heel. Oh, what is going on back there? And I'm going to let go instantly. My mind went in the thinking pattern, remembering everything I did yesterday. And that's not me meeting myself here today, and I'm actually going to back off of how much I was pushing on that. It was getting a little too intense. Letting go of the goal orientation. Let go. Tell the flesh of the body that I'm here to connect with you, to restore with you, to be in a nourishing, healing space with you. And then bring that knee in. Let's see what the first down dog feels like to be able to have the head down. Tucking the toes, feeling that, taking our time. Maybe just lift the knees a little bit, dropping the head down, letting my flesh sag down off the shoulders. And then we could pedal the heels, no pressure. If you don't want to pedal, you don't have to. I'm gradually straightening my arms, straightening my back. You don't have to do that either. Let go of any expectation. Feel when the body wants to move, the areas of the body that are saying slow down, slow your roll. There may even be areas of the body that say do not enter. And we'll gradually bring our knees down and find child's pose. I may flip my palms up on this one and just see how much I can let go here. What are the things, the obstacles in the way of letting go here? What are the areas of the body that are freely, happily letting go? What does it mean to let go in my breath? Let it go where it wants to go. Are we aware of where it wants to go? And let's slowly come on back up to hands and knees. I'm going to reach the right leg back. I'm going to step that right leg up. You step it up as high as you wish. I'm going to pull it forward a little bit more, bending that left knee. You could bring your hands to that knee, lifting up. Now don't go back very far. Remember, we're into the letting go. So can I sink down, bending the right knee, dipping down in that left thigh. Breathe. Maybe you let your hands rest on the floor and feel the weight of your left hip and pelvis dropping toward the floor. Is it dropping, or are you stopping it from dropping? Let the mind go. Notice when it starts to think. Be in the breath and notice where the breath wants to go. And let go. Fall into that. Surrender to your breath. If it gets too intense, just ease your way up. I'm going to gradually start to straighten the back leg a bit. Stepping that right leg back. I'm going to do a little hip rotation on that left leg because I want to. You don't have to if you don't want to. Opening that up a little bit because that really was intense for me on that side. I'm going to step the left foot up. Take your time if you need a child pose in the middle. Remember, this is about letting go, not applying ourselves with so much pressure to do, perform. Slow down and just let go. I'm going to sink down in this right hip. So I think you can see how far back that knee is. That might be a little intense for some of you. You could just have that knee at a 90 degree coming up. Our balance may be taxed a little bit. You could hold on to a wall or something. Feel your bones. Feel the muscles squeezing around the bones. And then let go. And start to ask yourselves, have I let go yet in my neck? Have I let go yet in my spine? I'm starting to let go in those hips, dipping down and forward while lifting the chest. There is a degree of intensity coming on slowly, but it's there. And that's for me. I'm bending my left knee. I'm sinking, got the hands down. And just letting go. Can I tell the muscles they can trust to let go? Breathe fully. Breathe with meaning. Surrender to the breath. We're not in control. We're just here experiencing and letting the experience happen. And feel the parts of you that are soaking that up. Soaking up, not having to live up to some performance expectation. Feel your organs just being allowed to be organs. Feeling your joints being allowed to experience length and contraction. And that's it. Not a number of reps. Starting to awaken what's locked in there emotionally, energetically. Let's slowly, no rush, take our time, walking it back. I'm going to step this left foot back. And I'm going to do a hip rotation on this right leg. Whoa, because for me, that's where I felt it. If you need to do it on the left, go ahead. You need to do it on both of them. Go ahead. I'm going to step the right foot up now. And I'm going to bring my left elbow. You can bring it to the knee, but if you could bring it on the outside of that thigh, kind of like a little ledge, a little wedge here. Palms together, little prayer, fingertips aiming forward, pushing the top hand into the bottom hand. And see how much the ribs want to move here. But take your time. Notice if you instantly started to wrench. Don't wrench. Subtle. More subtle. And surrender to breath. Feel your spine acclimating to the twist. Feel your organs acclimating to the twist. Feel your mind accepting that there isn't anything to think about. Carry that thing in your mind that brings you joy and makes you smile. We'll gradually release. I'm going to step that right leg back. And feel, oh, this is me stepping my leg back. I'm going to do a cat and cow here because my spine was asking for it. If you don't need it and you just want to switch legs, go ahead. Let go of the expectation that you're here to be told even what to do. You're creating that conversation, negotiating it with your own body and breath and mind. Now I'm ready to step my left foot up. I think I'm going to turn. I'm going to take this elbow and see if it wants to come here. Now, depending on how much tummy we have, that might be really crunchy. I apologize I didn't bring this up on the other side. If you would prefer to bring your hand down to the floor or onto a block, that's great. Just give yourself a base and you can experience your twist as such. Right? You can bring that other hand behind the back. Letting go. I'm going to go ahead and bring this elbow outside of here, flattening that palm in this direction. Both palms, I'm going to push this one into it. And so as I push that, everything else is like I push that down and away. Now, I don't know if you noticed that my front leg started to straighten, so I'm bending that. And I really had started to apply quite a bit of torque into that twist, and I'm trying to hold myself accountable to let go. I'm just going to let the natural curve, the natural spiral, ease its way in there on its own. And letting the microfibers of the tissues inside of me respond. I'm even softening the pressure of the palms together. Letting blood circulate in every bent joint, in every twisted space. Letting breath flow in every bent joint, every compression. Letting my mind stop thinking. Telling my mind it doesn't even need to hold the thought that it needs to think. Because it thinks that everything will fall apart if I stop thinking. That's not true. I'm going to gradually release, honor and respect your spine. Maybe you've already come out. I'm going to step that knee back. I'm going to tuck the toes and find a down dog, letting my head fall beneath my heart. Remember, your knees could stay soft. You could make this as minimal, as lazy and droopy as you like. What's sustainable in breath, in body, in organs, in mind, of no pressure. Who are we when we're this no pressure person? Do we like that person? Do we aspire to be that person? We'll bring those knees down. And we'll bring the legs around out in front of us. Let's separate the legs a bit. You want to buckle the knees up a little bit and just let the upper body go. If you want to put a pillow down in front of you, that's fine as well. Let your head go. Let go. Relax the muscles in your ankles and toes, and your shins and your calves. Let your breath go where it wants to go. Feel regions of your body accepting the breath, inviting the breath. Let go in your spine, your jaw, your neck. Feel how your neck is connected to your low back. Feel how your breath is connected to your arms and your hands. Patiently roll the spine up. bring this right leg back. Maybe put a pillow back behind you. But just soften your arms and your chest cavity here. Just kind of sag in it. Maybe scoop the tailbone under just a hair and let go. Don't try to lower. Notice and observe the skin and how tight the skin is as it is wrapping around that knee. The skin around the top of the thigh and hip. The top of the foot. Each bone in your foot. Don't tell them to do anything. Just give them the gift of your attention. Heavy breath. The weight of your breath is heavy. Thick. And slowly bring ourselves up, releasing that leg, shifting over to the other side, and find an angle that works for you. Doesn't have to be the exact same. Check in on that thinking brain. Maybe we lean back a bit, but sag in the upper chest. Just feel the arms being the scaffolding holding you up. Maybe you can be heavy in the hips. Feeling the weight of the flesh of your thighs. Notice the weight of each vertebrae in your spine. What are we getting to observe as we let go of performing? What are we observing is actually happening? In acceptance and release, in opening and lengthening, in fight or embrace. What is your breath communicating to you? What is your body communicating to you? When we create an open and honest space for ourselves. And let's gradually come up, unless you already have. I'm going to free that leg out from behind me. I'm going to lower down, but just going as slowly and lazily as I can. Gently trying not to tense my tummy muscles. Sorry, I was a little chilly today, guys, so I kept this sweatshirt on. And we'll walk the feet in. And as lazily as we can, start to lift the hips. Feeling the feet push down. Lift the hips maybe 2 inches off the floor, and that's it. Soften your neck, your shoulders. Feel your breath in between your shoulder blades. Moving and expanding the backside of your rib cage. Let the muscles in your buttocks go. Eyelids heavy or closed. Your facial muscles heavy, soft. Where is your mind? Let it stay in the sensory field, not the thinking, analyzing field. Call to mind the thing that makes you smile and just feel that. Feel that emotion, that sensation of joy, of satisfaction. We'll lower those hips down. Feel your buttocks softening, your low back softening, your groin softening. And then we'll softly, gently let the knees fall open as the feet come together. Let the bones rest in the sockets. You don't need to hold yourself up anymore. Feel that in your rib cage, in your upper arms. You don't need to hold your body anymore. Your breath, you trust to freely do what it needs right now. Let it explore its depth. Let it explore its range. What has changed in your hips and your groin? In your arms, your hands? Can you feel the muscles in the back of your neck releasing? What does the release of your whole body allow you to experience? Effortlessness. Put effort into your effortlessness. We'll gradually bring the inner thighs together. We'll hug the right knee into the chest. Don't make it a strangle. Feel the weight of the arms just draped over that knee and let the arms hang heavy. Let your breath find space in the squish of the thigh and the belly. We'll straighten the right leg, letting your arms and your hands rest on the leg as high up as you can, and just let the arms go. Feel the weight of the arms just starting to pull naturally on the leg. Don't exert muscular force. Just let the weight of the arms hang off of your leg. Let your neck go. How did it respond? Let the back of your shoulders go. How was it responding? Let your low back release. Notice your breath. We'll gently release the right leg down. Take your time. Feel the act of it releasing, the energy dissipating and dispersing in the back of the hamstring, in the back of the hip. And we'll eventually bring the left knee into the chest, gently letting the arms fold that knee in. Don't tense the shoulders. Try not to tense your neck. Feel the weight of your spine sinking into the floor. We'll bring the hands behind the leg, starting to straighten the leg. And let the hands find a clasp as high up the back of the leg as you can, and just let the arms go limp. Feeling this natural pulley action, this natural gravity. Softening the thighs, softening whatever wants to soften. Soften your gaze, soften your jaw. Expand your breath. Feel your left hip, your left hamstring. Gently encourage the mind to just stay in the landscape of noticing feeling. Let go of the memory that a feeling takes you down. Let go of an analysis that a sensation inspires. And let's gradually release that, bringing that left foot down. Letting both knees fall to the right. Let the groin go. Don't worry how far the knees fall. Allow them to fall. Check in with your hips, ungrip, untense. Sometimes it requires us to tense first and then release for us to learn, oh, I was still holding there. I was still imposing my will on my body. And bringing the knees up and over to the other side. Neck is released, shoulders released. Breath is free to go where it wants to go. Feel your whole system respond to that freedom, that moksha, that acceptance. And we'll gradually roll all the way over and come up to sitting. I'm going to sit with my back against the wall. Maybe you get a blanket and wrap yourselves up in a comfy way. Actually, I'm going to sit on my giving my back support. Letting go of holding my own body upright. Letting go of the flesh in between the bones in my hand. Letting the weight of my breath ground me. Tongue heavy. Lips heavy. Mind slowing down. Let the mind follow the slow draw of breath through the nose. Let the mind follow the slow press of breath from the belly, through the windpipe, through the nose. Perhaps repeat to yourself, I am not my mind. Feel every sensation you can. Feel your whole body glowing with vibrant sensation of touch, temperature, sound, smell, taste. I am not my mind. Feel this entire spectrum, landscape of sensation. Experience this infusion of sensory awareness. Feel the curve in your low back. Folds of skin touching in your underarm. Upper eyelid and bottom eyelid touching. Small, unidentifiable sections in our lungs. What is happening in this sensory landscape? What are we allowing ourselves to feel, to let happen? I am not my mind. I am not my mind. I can let go and feel. I'm Belinda with Just Be Yoga. This has been our home yoga practice live today or on replay if you are joining us on demand. In letting go today, in finding contentment and satisfaction, in not being in charge, in moderation, not the full Monty of intensity, and noticing how our body, our breath, and our spirit respond when we give it that space and that loving kindness. Thank you all so much for joining. Please feel free to check out any more of our yoga offerings on our playlists on YouTube and Facebook. And if it's in your heart or your pocket, feel free to drop a donation at paypal.me/justbeyoga. Namaste.